Welcome back, Rush Media Day. We got Coach Bringhurst and Wasatch in the house. It's been a fun day getting to know all these teams. This is our last one of the day. Coach, thanks for bringing your guys. And first thing I'm going to have you do is just give us a state of the union of the program. Um, Off-season stuff, pretty eventful this past off-season, but what's that been like for you?
Definitely unique off season. We're opening another high school in the valley, which hasn't happened ever, and to navigate the boys and the coaches through that has been definitely a bumpy ride. We ended the season off with great relationships, and to see some of those relationships go to Deer Creek was really tough. It was almost like losing a kid or two. We probably, and I hate to throw out numbers, but we probably lost about 15 to 25%, somewhere in that range, of our team. Retained most of the guys. In the off season, we worked out with each other every morning, Monday through Friday, and that was interesting. Now, all the boys, they didn't wear Deer Creek stuff or Wasatch only stuff. We have them wear t-shirt colors based on kind of their status in the weight room, and so you didn't really know who was who and what was what and who was going to Deer Creek unless they came out and said it. But we did have Deer Creek coaches show up in the weight room every day, and they had anywhere between one and four coaches, and we had about five or six coaches, and it was unique. We had to learn how to play nice and be brothers and truly share. And now they're in their own weight room, and we're in our weight room, and we're moving forward, building our own culture, and it's been a beautiful thing.
I'm curious about the t-shirt colors for the lock or for the weight room. I don't know that I've heard of that before, Coach. Can you give me a little bit more detail there?
Yeah, I mean, we have colors white, and you guys correct me if I'm ever wrong, but we have white t-shirts, we got gray, and then they go to gold, and then they go to black. And black is obviously the top dog in the weight room, and you've got two black colored shirt boys on this, and Burke Sider and Ryan Ball. And Wyatt, I believe you're a gold color. And even gold's a great status, but it comes down to your body weight. It's a mathematical equation that's above
Oh,
my pay
nice.
grade, and it's not a specific weight; it's a specific percentage that we're going off of based on your body weight.
Love that. Okay. Let's I guess the first question I'll ask you, Coach, is kind of let's start with offense, just kind of the philosophy of this program offensively and what you think you will do most effectively this year as an offense. And I'll ask you the same question about the defense.
You bet, you bet. Offensively, I would say it's a pro style offense. We'll motion some guys just to kind of get some ISO type situations, but our whole goal on offense is to put someone in conflict, be it the defensive end, be it the defensive tackle, the outside backer, the Mike backer, or a DB. And so we'll play a lot of games with that. I I like the direction we're going on the offensive side of things. We've taken a dip in production a couple of years, the last couple of years, but this past season over the previous season, definitely some big improvement. And Tyler Baird, longtime Wasatch alum, family has ties to the Valley for 4 or 5 generations. He's our offensive coordinator, and he's got a vested interest in our offense, putting numbers up on the scoreboard. And I like the direction. We took what we did great last year, and we're making it better this year.
Okay, excellent. And then same thing with the defense.
Yeah, the defense, we know year in and year out, we've been undersized. The last 11 seasons, we've been in 5A, and this is my 15th year here at Wasatch, but the last 11 years we've been in 5A playing teams like Orem and Timpview and Springville and Maple Mountain, and just a lot of these teams that got some legit players on, and so we knew um, we had to be aggressive. I'll just say that we run a defense that brings pressure the majority of the time. I was the defensive coordinator this last year, but the mastermind behind it was Alex Flack, who is our defensive coordinator this year. I just called the plays. He on Thursdays we would powwow, and he would tell me what to call, and then I called it on Fridays just because he wasn't quite ready to make that transition. But it's bringing pressure left, right, in the middle, in in a very unique way, disguised, or we're just going to tell you we're coming. And the whole goal behind it is to confuse the offensive line. Anybody that's in pass protecting or blocking, we're going to confuse you. And it was successful. The last 2 seasons defensively has been probably our most productive defensive seasons against the run. I will say, not the pass yet, but the run. We definitely defended that real well.
Okay, excellent. Love the insight. You said roughly 25% of your team had to split. I know this question's impossible to answer, Coach, but what would you say is the returning starter count on offense and defense this year?
If we would have stayed together, no Deer Creek High School opening up, we would only have 5 returning starters coming back to our team if we
Oh,
didn't split. So we kept 3 of those starters. They took 2 of those starters. There are some guys that didn't start this last year that are key guys that I think would have started at Wasatch this year. My guess is it's anywhere between the range of 4 to 7 guys that they have that more than likely would have started at Wasatch if they would have stayed.
okay. All right, excellent. Okay, let's start in the trenches, Coach. Let's start with Mr. Ball there, the black shirt. What do you like about his game, and what does he bring to the team?
So Ryan brings a lot to the team, and inspiration is kind of the word that comes to me because he didn't start playing football until he was a freshman. And I told him the other day, if you would have told me that he'd be a varsity starter at left offensive tackle his junior year, I would have slapped you. He he has worked really hard. He's been dedicated. He's and Wyatt and Burke are I could say the same things about Wyatt and Burke, but just a leader through example. And him and Burke just got voted by players and by coaches last week to be captains this next year. We'll still have a few more captains nominated, but Ryan's a huge asset through his example, through his play. He's very coachable, and he's also humble. Even though he started at left tackle this last year, we may need him more on defense, the defensive tackle this year then we need him at left tackle. And he says, I'll do whatever for the team. So I love that in Ryan Ball.
Excellent. First question that you're asked a million times, Ryan, is it Ryan like Sandberg, or tell me about the
Yes,
derivation of your name?
sir. Bingo.
Yeah, it is. So it was named after the Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. Um,
Your sound, your
but
hold up,
Yeah,
Ryan. Your sound
you
might need to be reconnected or something.
might have to take your AirPods out.
yeah, probably. Um, give me
Yeah,
a second.
Sorry,
disconnect them.
dude. AirPods usually
There you
work good, but the sound's not good.
Yes. Turn off that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
much
That
better.
sounds
There we
clean.
go. All right. All right. Sorry about that.
All good.
Yeah, I was named after Ryan Sandberg. My dad my mom was really in pain after giving birth to me, and she decided to. My dad was like, you know what, I'm gonna name him. So yeah, that's how it came to be and everything. And he loves the Cubs, and yeah, so it's pretty simple, pretty
That's
straightforward. So
awesome. I love that. And then coach is talking about your incredible development to make yourself into a starting left tackle your junior year. How did you do that? Like what was, playing football for the first time as a ninth grader, what was it like your first year and how did you transform yourself?
so I always wanted to play football. Never got the chance to before high school, and then I finally got the chance in freshman year, and I was like, and throughout the season, I came to enjoy it and love it. And then there were some key moments my sophomore year where I got humbled very quickly and very, for lack of a better word, just really well. And I just come to love the dedication that I saw from my coaches, from my teammates, the guys that were above me, and just how much. And I was like, maybe I can be that one day, kind of thing. And it's again, like when Coach Knight came to me, our offensive line coach, and said, "Hey, you're going to be starting." week one for left tackle. I was like, okay, okay, let's see what I can do here. But yeah,
That's awesome. So cool. And then what aspect of your game as a offensive lineman or defensive lineman is where you might be used more this year? Do you take the most pride in?
I feel like my pass rush and my hands are probably one of my best features. I got the chance to go to a BYU football camp, and I'll say that I was able to dominate a lot of the guys at that camp from from all over all the divisions and stuff. So I'd say probably my hands and then my speed. I feel like I'm confident in my motor skills, and in fact, honestly one of the fastest guys on the team in my opinion for my weight and my size. So yeah.
Excellent. All right, great insight there from Ryan. Ryan, I'm going to have you tell us about your buddy Burke. What's he like as a teammate, a player? What's something you admire about what he does for the team?
Burke, I'd say I've always seen him. Even last year, I knew that the next year he would definitely be a starter. He's always someone that has been secretly just a really amazing player. Really, a lot of confidence in him. I've enjoyed playing with him a couple times, and just during spring camp, I noticed some things where I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be a dog this year. Dog.
Okay, let's go. Here we go. Burke, what's been your favorite part of the off season? Either a team activity or 7-on-7s or anything pop out as like, oh, that was a cool moment or a cool day.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, I love all the 7-on-7. I've loved spring camp was a lot of fun, but my favorite part so far has been lifting in the weight room with my boys. We've been getting after it, and I've really enjoyed keeping my head down, grinding with the boys because it's a great environment there. I love the culture, and that's probably one of my favorite parts.
And it's my impression is is that coach, you could probably speak to this, and the answer is yes, but the emphasis on the weight room and the evolution of weight room culture at Wasatch, how has that developed over, a decade or so, coach?
Yeah, it we before we had Coach Coburn, and he was doing a fantastic job with the programs that he had at that time, and what was available at that time. And if you now look at the high school weight rooms, and even college too, there's a lot of technology being used in the weight rooms, and that's something that we never had before. Wasn't as available. And so you come into our weight room, these boys have iPads up on the racks. They have their workout. They're putting in not only the weight that they're putting up, but also we test their verticals on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Mondays and Wednesdays we're testing their speed. And so we're trying to create the all around athlete now versus before. It was kind of, I guess you could say, the 1980s mentality. Let's put up as much weight as possible. Let's sweat as much as possible. Let's just grind and stuff. And research shows that there's good and bad things about that. And so we've done a lot of research, put a lot of money into our weight room in this off season, and this by far has been the best off season that I've seen in 15 years. And we're always trying to make it better.
Dang, that is 21st century. I haven't been in a weight room in about 20 years, and even then, I rarely went. So I didn't. That's awesome with the technology and the iPad and stuff.
Yeah.
Burke, what's been your focus? Same question. I think I asked before, but what's been your focus in the off season? What aspect of your game have you been wanting to improve besides just strength and the weight room stuff?
I mean, I've had to work a lot on my speed. I think I've gotten a lot better at that. Gotten a few comments from some coaches that I've been doing better about that, my in-game speed. I mean, again, in the weight room, I've obviously started to put up a lot bigger numbers, started to put in a lot more work, and that's on my own with the team, all sorts of things. And I think just like my overall my physicality and like the physical aspect of the football game is where I've put in a lot of work because I think I had a lot of the mental stuff down, but in past years I've kind of struggled being, the fastest guy, the biggest guy, the strongest guy, but I've gotten a lot better in that regard.
Okay, excellent insight. Thanks for that, Burke. I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about Wyatt.
I mean, Wyatt's a great guy, one of the best players on the team, heck of an athlete. That's the first thing I'll tell you. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He'll go up, he'll get balls. He's one of the dogs on this team. I really respect him. He does a great job in everything he does. So,
Okay, excellent. Wyatt, this might be a tough question to answer, but what's something that you felt like you guys did really well last year? And what's something that you think you could even, what aspect of the game, I guess, as a team, do you think you could even improve on this season?
Okay, yeah. So offensively last year, our run game was like really good. I think I know our running back had 1,000 yards. Our quarterback was also had like probably almost 700, I think. And I think something that we've been working on this offseason a lot is our pass game and improving that so we can be a dual threat on the field.
Okay, excellent. And tell me a little bit about the quarterback situation. I don't know if I asked Coach that. What does that look like right now going into 2026? And Coach, you can answer that first if you want.
No, hey, let's have Wyatt. I'm curious what the players think. Let's have Wyatt answer
All right.
that.
It's been a QB battle between we have a sophomore and a junior. And so sevens throughout the seven season, they've been rotating every series, and they're both doing great. I'm not sure who's going to start this year yet, but both doing great right
So it,
now.
it sounds pretty competitive. What are the names of these guys, Coach? Can you give us that?
Yeah, so you mentioned a sophomore and a junior. The sophomore is Axel Wheeler, AKSEL. And then the junior is Bryce Harr, Harr. And both fantastic individuals. And we've sat down with both of them. We told them we've made it very clear they're going to be competing. And what's funny is they complement each other really well. What one does really good at, the other one not so great at. And so they have two totally different skill sets that would be valuable for our team. And so we like the competition. We welcome it, and they've been good. They've been cordial. They've been helping each other out, and and encouraging each other. So it's been a good, healthy competition thus far.
Okay, awesome. Um, let's go. Let's go rapid fire here, guys. Um, who's the toughest guy to beat in a 40-yard dash on this team? Whoever wants to answer that can jump in.
Say Jack Wells.
What
Jack
position does
Wells.
he play?
I believe right
corner.
receiver or safety, I think.
Oh, okay. Safety.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think you've been playing
Um,
corner in sevens,
okay.
quarterback.
Okay. Gotcha. Um, I'm gonna ask Burke this. Who's a guy in a hitting drill when you guys are pressing on each other a little bit, Oklahoma drill or whatever that you see coming down the barrel and you're like, this is gonna be a big this is gonna be a big hit. This guy can hit a little bit. Somebody who's not here, not one of these two guys.
Not one of these guys. You know, I mean, other than myself, because I like to say I'm the hardest hitter. But if I don't want to pick a guy, it's our DN Ben Reese. Now that's a big guy, but I think he might be a little bigger than me. And that's a guy. I'm not saying I'm scared of anybody, but if anyone on this team is not someone you want to go against, it's our DN right there.
Yeah, amen.
All right, excellent. Who puts the most effort into looking good in their uniform on Friday nights?
Andrew Ola
AJ Ortiz.
or
Oh,
AJ.
we got a battle here. Okay.
Two of them.
Mhm.
All right, excellent. Who's a young guy? Let's see. Let's go to Wyatt for this one. Who's a young guy who may not have played a lot last year? And you may have already alluded to this guy, but uh, who didn't play a lot last year, but during the offseason, you've been impressed with his game or what he's done to improve, and you think he'll be a help this season.
I'm gonna say Parker Cottle. Last year he played Frosh and JV. Um, but he would like last year he was just crazy good in those games. I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year.
Okay, excellent. I'm getting nods all around on that one. Very good. And then Wyatt, maybe give me a receiver or two besides yourself who will be making plays this season.
I'm gonna say Everest Moyer.
All right, excellent. What type of player is he?
So he's like a slot receiver. He plays a little bit of outside too. He's our fast guy. He'll
Oh,
catch the
nice.
short routes and take up the field.
Okay, excellent. Um, Coach, I'll go to you for the last part here. Just tell me about week one, the challenge, and kind of uh, your excitement for it's just about a month away, I guess.
Yeah. So week one, we have Cedar City, who were the 3A state champions this past year. And Coach Hyatt and I have talked off and on, and it's actually going to be a Thursday night game televised on KSL. And so we're
Oh,
excited about that. Yeah.
cool.
David James gave me a call and asked if we can switch our game, and happy to. But, it's unique because we just graduated 23, 24 seniors. He just graduated, I believe he said 26 seniors. And so he's starting all over from scratch. Like I said, we're returning only 3 starters from this last year. So I'm curious to see what kind of team shows up for them and for us as well. Are we you going to win the mental battle? Are we looking at them as a 3A team? Are they looking at us as a 4A team that just got split with Deer Creek? Like I
Right.
think the team that obviously that executes better, but plays tougher, and then plays plays their A game with the mental side of things.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait for that. I forgot or didn't know that it was going to be a primetime Thursday night game. That's an awesome way to
Yeah,
start the season
yeah,
against Coach Hyatt and Cedar. That is awesome. Coach Bringhurst, everybody, thank you so much for bringing your guys, Coach. Good luck this year. We'll
yeah.
be in touch throughout the season, getting in interviews and stuff like that after big wins. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your summer, guys.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you.
Quick
Thank you.
break. We'll be back right after this.